The spirit of Jezebel has tactics to make you forget. See, the enemy is a roaring lion seeking whom he may destroy. But the fact that he's seeking whom he may destroy means that he can't destroy everyone he seeks. He has to use tactics because he already lost. She's using her mouth. She's a roaring lion, but she's in a cage. So all she can do is roar. Use verbal tactics to take you out, to threaten you. And the tactic that Jezebel uses currently is time. Your time is running out. I need you to move, and I need you to move now. And Elijah, it says in verse 3, he feared emotion. He arose, haste, and he ran to save his own life. God had done everything for Elijah. But as soon as he was under threat and he felt the time, he was out. The enemy has done this before. In Genesis 3, he tells Eve, today your eyes will be open and you will be like God. Emotionally aroused. And she responded. In verse 4, it says, Elijah says, God, just take me out. I want to die. Wait a minute. Jezebel hasn't done anything. Jezebel made the threat, got to him emotionally. Now he's running to save his own life. He puts down his ministry and he wants to kill himself. Jezebel ain't done nothing. All she's done is made the threat. And then she got Elijah to do all her dirty work. The enemy didn't eat the fruit, and he didn't shove it in Eve's mouth. He just spoke and took a step back and let her emotionally do all the dirty work. If Samson doesn't respond to Delilah, he maintains his power. If Esau doesn't respond to Jacob, he maintains his birthright. And I'm sure glad that Jesus didn't respond to the devil in Matthew chapter 4, giving us our righteousness. Jezebel's already finished. So her goal is to make you feel like, I gotta go do this myself. And then she stands back and watches you help her be a good enemy to you. See, the devil has no power unless you respond. If you don't respond, there's nothing he can do. He needs you to feel like, life is coming down on me. I don't want to live. I need to do something about that now. No, you don't. Where are you going? Who told you that? Jezebel. TikTok. TikTok. Because without your emotional movement, she's left with no ammo. Elijah is doing all of her dirty work. In a cave, putting down his purpose, his ministry, and wanting to take himself out. Because my kingdom must advance, and if you don't advance with my kingdom, then you've succumbed to Jezebel's threat. Come on, guys. Come on. I know it, but come on. Let me tell you about God's plans for Elijah. Jezebel makes a threat, in 24 hours, I'm taking you out. Well, in chapter 20, there's a battle between Aram and Israel. Has nothing to do with Elijah, he's still alive. Chapter 21, Jezebel's doing her dirty work and takes a vineyard from Naboth. Has nothing to do with Elijah, he's still alive. In chapter 22, Ahab dies, but Elijah, he's still alive. In 1 Kings chapter 1, Ahab's son dies, but Elijah, he's still alive. In 2 Kings chapter 2, verse 11, a chariot of fire comes and takes Elijah up. You mean to tell me Elijah never died? Because while Jezebel had a plan to take him out, God had a plan to take him up. Don't you know that the enemy cannot thwart God's plans? You can stand up and give him praise in the middle of the threat because you know that God has a plan that can't be thwarted, that even though I'm under threat, God is still on the throne. If I'm going to be taken up, then why am I in a cave because of this problem? If God has a plan for me to live eternally, then why am I afraid in this life? God has a plan that cannot be thwarted by the enemy, so we should not thwart God's plan by succumbing to the enemy. You can keep going, you can keep moving, you can keep fighting, you don't have to stop because you will never die, you will be taken up, you won't be taken out because God's plan is greater than Jezebel's plan. Somebody say amen, love on him, and give him glory.